Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
And I'm pleased to say we're speaking from Wimbledon Spiritualist Church this morning, and I'm looking forward to welcoming people back here next week, which we'll also be doing the virtual service as well as the physical people here. We're very limited for numbers here, and we put a application for tickets on Facebook and different apps yesterday, and it seems to have caused so much conflict and upset, and a couple of people have been on the phone crying, but we're almost full now, and I would ask people not to book a ticket via a third party, direct to Jackie or me, and as I say, we've only got about 4 or 5 seats left, so that's about it in the moment, and I won't be taking any more ticket applications till after 3 o'clock today, time we close down here. So I'll hand over to Jackie for a moment.
Opening prayer.
I was going to ask you to do the talk first.
Right, okay.
About the tickets and stuff.
All right.
Oh, it's Freedom Hardy.
Sorry. Yeah, I misunderstood Ray because I thought he was doing the opening prayer. Okay, as I say, so hopefully we'll see physically people in the church next week, but a very small group, 2 metres apart, and our son Ashley Robinson will be doing the mediumship. So that's something that we'll be looking forward to, but we'll still be transmitting live onto YouTube and onto Facebook. So we'll be using both streaming, and it doesn't mean that if you're speaking via Facebook that you won't get a message. We will be working with the mediums to work with the people in the congregation here physically, but also for the people that are with us online. Okay, so that's something to look forward to, and it's lovely to be able to show you our church. And I'll step away in a second so that Ray can do the opening prayer, and then I will then do the healing. Okay.
Thank you, Jack. Pauline Walsh is with us this morning. Welcome, Pauline. Hope you enjoy the service. Should be a good day. It's always a bit of an experiment, these virtual services, but it's worked quite well up to me speaking. So anything could happen in the next half hour. So if I could ask everyone to go into silence, a peace, and I will open this service with prayer. Father God, we have entered into thy presence here today through the Wimbledon Spiritualist Church, and we bring the peace, light and love of the Spirit. May your love extend not only to the people here within the Wimbledon area, but also within the world, the people linking and connecting with us. May your light and strength go out into the world and bring peace. Heavenly Father, there's so much going on in this world today, what happened in Glasgow and what's happening around the world with all these different riots, but I ask you to protect people. Bring your light and your countenance into this world, and may you use us to be instruments of thy peace, now and forevermore. Amen.
Okay. So if we can now remain in the healing vein and just close our eyes and just remember those individuals that we know that are not well at this time, those individuals that are on our healing books, all of the ones in the healing groups that we have.
How's that?
And forward. Okay, lovely, thank you. If we can think, especially, we have a friend Maggie, and her dad is very seriously ill in hospital with pneumonia. So if we can be with Maggie and her family at this time and send healing energy around, Andrew is his name, so if we can please link in. And if we can also think of all of those that are keeping us going mentally, physically, emotionally, all our key workers, all of our people that are still driving the buses and the trams, that are filling the supermarket shelves, to enable us to have as normal life as possible. We also ask for healing for Mother Earth herself, for the animal kingdom, healing for all of the heads of nations, that they may work together and wisely as some countries begin to be more loose with their lockdown, others are beginning to have to tighten up. So we think of literally the hundreds of thousands of people that at this time are being taken unwell, or that are ill. And we think of those, we send that energy. If we can think of embracing the whole world, if we can visually put our arms around the whole world, so that the healing can leave this beautiful place here at the church, that the healing angels will take that healing forward and will go to every corner of the world that is in need at this time. We ask for our own mental well-being, because we know that lockdown has not been good for us mentally, and we are very thankful that we have been able to be safe. We ask for strength for the coming weeks when we start to venture out more. We ask that we will work through our fear of the unknown and the feeling of being vulnerable, and for all the vulnerable groups that are twice as fearful. And we think that we are so lucky to have been kept so safe. We ask this in thy name, O Lord. Amen. As we just have a few moments to think of those that are in need. Then I'm going to hand back over to Ray, who's going to address us.
Well, friends, good morning once again, and I'm pleased to be able to welcome you to Wimbledon Spiritualist Church, and I look forward next week, relatively going back to normal here. We will be opening the church for the Sunday service, not for the Tuesday one at the moment and for healing sessions, but we are opening on a Sunday for our divine service. In linking with Spiritual Productions, we will be doing our usual Sunday. And a lot of people have got very anxious over the last few days, especially, as I said earlier, people getting anxious about joining an app and putting down for tickets. The reason we've been asking for tickets is because we need to control the numbers coming into church, and we are very limited for numbers because of the new layout. Hatbridge is even smaller than Wimbledon at the moment, and so hence we're not quite ready yet to open at Hatbridge. But I would ask you to look at your spiritualism within your heart and your soul. On YouTube, there's so much you can see about mediums working. There's other centres opening up with healing apps, and there's other church services going on. The Nothing Fancy Spiritualist Church, who's newly affiliated to United Spiritualists. That's Ben and Paul, who were psychic artists the other week. And we've also got Thundersley Christian Spiritualist Church, and Joe's his dad, Lawrence Seville down at Paul, always seems to have something going on throughout the day, which I think is a great deal of work being done in the spiritualist movement. But we need to go back and understand that we're entering into a new norm next week. There'll be so much going on. I am somewhat anxious about what's going on with so many people gathering together because of my own health and Jackie's health. And I think people going to Bournemouth last week were quite irresponsible. I really do. I'm not trying to be a sour face and spoil people's fun and everything, but we have to understand that this virus, and as somebody said on BBC News this morning, this virus can come back quite quickly by the autumn and the winter. So we have to be mindful. But spiritualism teaches us that we are spiritual beings living now on earth, and our spiritual bodies are being held together by a physical body, and that physical body takes us along the highways and byways of life. And you can also read spiritual books and get spiritual teachings online. There's so much of Silver Birch, Red Cloud, and many, many more. Their teachings are available. If you're a Christian spiritualist, the Jersey Christian Spiritualist Church has nearly every one of Zodiac's messages available for you to read, and I believe download as well. So we need to look at how we're going to go forward in the future. We've got to be brave within our spiritualism, we've got to be positive within our spiritualism, and we have to understand that our spiritualism is a real substance. Quite a few people have told me recently that they don't understand why I say I only want spiritualist mediums at Wimbledon Church and Hatbridge, because we're spiritualists. It's our religion, it's our way of life, it's our purpose on this earth. And our Ashley, has just been awarded a certificate of mediumship by United Spiritualists for his work as a spiritualist medium. And he's very proud to tell people that he's a spiritualist medium. And even within his workplace, he has shared that information. And there's other people within his workplace are aiming for the same part of their life to become spiritual. And they work in a very hard environment. And Ashley was saying to me, I don't understand why we feel this and feel that. I said, because you have to understand, you've opened yourselves up so much to your spirit life that when you're at work, and it's a tough job they have, you are feeling the pain and the anxiety of what's going on in this world, the strength that we need to understand how we can make ourselves instruments of that peace, be perfect in our world and our understanding. Jackie's asked us to pray for Andrew and his family as Andrew's becoming to end this life's journey, and the strength that's needed for his daughters and his family to cope and understand. It's not always easy, and people have often said to me over the years they can't understand why I've taken my dad's passing and my mum's passing so well, because you're all so close. One person even accused me of being having a bit of a breakdown because I just kept saying, well, I know where Dad is. And that's how I see things. I'm not saying everyone will be that. I still grieve. Last week being Father's Day, I physically missed Dad to sit there and talk to him, chat to him. But someone pointed out if he had been there, he probably would have found something wrong and told me off. But we have to understand that life is continuing. There is a continuing life, and we inherit the heaven and the hell that we create on earth. And I know a lot of people have been talking about what was spoke last week by Begita and other things, the ancients, and reincarnation. Ashley's going to be talking about, I think, next week. I'm more interested what's living now than what happened in my past. I believe and accept reincarnation. I believe and accept there are life on other planets. And I believe and accept they have visited, so-called aliens, have visited this earth. But it doesn't fuss me as trying to put forward the message of continuing life. There's a wonderful man, I'm going to try and get back to Wimbledon, called Malcolm Robinson. He's no relation. He's a proud Scotsman. He's looking forward to Scottish independence. But he has some wonderful lectures and stories about UFOs and so much more. And his lecture on Jesus came forward very well, that Ashley presented last week, last March, because Malcolm wasn't able to be with us. But we have to look onto the internet, though, if you can't get to your churches for a while. I don't know how many churches locally are going to be opening with us, but you need to look at the spiritual teachings and find that. Some sites are offering this, that and the other, but I would also direct you to Spiritual Productions, and they have so many mediums on here working very hard for the populace, giving messages one way or another. And I say that in the sense of astrology, tarot, cards, psychic readings. They're all there on Spiritual Productions if you can't get to your local church, and you must never ever forget that. So my friends, I would ask you to enjoy the rest of the morning, enjoy the rest of the service, and I will hand you over to Pauline Walsh, who will give a demonstration of mediumship. And please, when you're responding, please remember it's a 10-second delay, and please, when you're saying yes or no to something, explain what you're saying yes or no to. Thank you. I hand you over to Pauline.
Oh, thank you. Good morning, everybody, and welcome. I'm going to close my eyes and see who comes forward from Spirit, and let's just go with it and see what we get. So, okay. So straight away, I've got a gentleman with me, and this gentleman, I want to say, is about 5'6", 5'7". I want to say quite stocky, and I'm seeing him with quite dark hair, quite dark eyes. And what I'm getting with this gentleman, I'm seeing him, I want to go to America with this gentleman, and I'm seeing him on the subway in America, and I'm seeing him going into the Twin Towers, and I'm seeing him go up into this big Twin Tower, into this office building, and I want to say like the 32nd floor with this gentleman. I'm getting him being very nervous on this particular day. This is what I'm hearing him say, and this is what I'm hearing him tell me. And he's up on the 32nd floor. Now, this is to do with the Twin Towers, 9/11, and I'm getting him on that morning that he wasn't feeling 100%, and he's telling me that he had a feeling that he wasn't going to go in. He's saying that he was hesitating about going in. I don't know if anyone or any person can understand this. Okay, that's fine, but that's what I'm getting. And okay, let me just see. And I'm hearing the name David, and it might not be his name. It could be associated around him. But this person's telling me that he was in the Twin Towers when they came down, and this is what I'm getting with him. And I want to say as well, yeah, okay. It's almost like I want to get a connection with his wife. This is who he's talking to me about, his wife, and I'm just trying to get more information about what he wants to say. I don't know if anyone can understand this. Okay, I'll keep going for a bit, and if nobody can take it, it's fine, but I just need to go with it a little bit more. And I want to go to, definitely, I'm feeling like a connection in America. I don't know if we've got anyone from America on here, but this is where I'm getting the connection. And I'm also getting, okay, I'm also getting this gentleman, he's got 2 children as well. 2 children and a wife, and this is what I'm hearing, and this is what I'm getting. And it's almost like he wants to contact his wife, and I'm just trying to get him to give me some more. Okay. Yeah, he's telling me that he had a problem with his arm as well. There was a big problem with his arm, a pain in his left arm. He was suffering from a pain in his left arm. I don't know if anyone can take that. Okay, so I think what I might do, if no one can take it, I might move on to somebody else. Yeah, I think I will, because I don't want to spend too long. Okay, so we'll leave that one, and I'm just going to go back into who else is here. Okay, so, right, that was quite strong, so I need to put that to one side. Okay, right, so I've got, 1 second. Okay. Right, I have got an elderly lady here. I'm getting an elderly lady, quite a character, quite a strong personality. I want to say she's not very tall. I want to say more on the smaller side. She had a problem with her leg and her knee. She's telling me her knees used to play her up. She's got quite a strong accent. I want to say more like a London accent, but quite funny and quite a character. I want to say she was very much, had a bit of a wicked sense of humour. And with this lady, what I am getting with her, she's coming in and she's nudging my elbow. I don't know whether anyone can take that, because she always used to nudge her elbow onto the person that she wants to speak to. She's telling me she had a problem with her chest area, and that she had big problems with her breathing towards the end of her life. I'm also hearing a name being called out called Mary. Now, it might not be her name, it could be associated with her. And also I'm hearing John being called out. I don't know if anyone can understand that at the moment. Okay. And with this lady, what I am getting, she's telling me that she always used to push a trolley. She's showing me holding onto a trolley. And she's talking to me about Christmas, how she loved Christmas and the family and the children, grandchildren around her. Because she's telling me that she used to go out and get their presents in January. She used to love all the children around her, and Christmas was a great thing for her. Can anyone? Okay, thank you. Yeah, and with this lady, what I am getting, okay, she's telling me that, do you understand about having a bit of a wicked sense of humour? Because she's laughing and joking at the most funniest things. And it's almost like she used to take the mickey out of everybody and laugh and chuckle to herself. But she, okay, thank you. Okay, so, and this lady, what I am getting with her, yeah, do you understand? She's telling me about her breathing. There was big problems with her breathing, and she got very frustrated towards the end. She just couldn't handle like getting up and down, and it was too much for her. Does this make sense? And you can take that as well, Mary. Okay, okay, so I need to give me something that you're going to understand. So just 1 second. So yeah, with this lady, what I am getting as well, she's talking about years ago, she used to go hot picking in Kent, and she's talking to me about hot picking. And I don't know if anyone understands this about her. And also, someone had photos out of her not so long ago, and there was pictures, black and white photos that are coming out about her. I don't know if anyone can understand that. Okay, so we need to really narrow this down. Okay. And also she's talking to me about, okay, somebody in the family has just had a baby. She's talking to me about somebody just having a baby. Okay, right, no problem. So she's talking to me about having a baby, or there's news of a pregnancy within the family. And she's coming in with a lot of love, and she's talking to me about, I'm just trying to get her to give me something else that's going to make sense. She's talking to me also about a ring as well. A ring. She's showing me a ring, and I want to say it's like a wedding band. I don't know who's got that, but she's showing me a wedding band that meant a lot. Can anyone take that? Mary? Okay, right. Okay, Mary. So let me just see what else as well. Yeah, and so she's talking to me as well about, she's mentioning John. Do you understand the name John? Because she's mentioned that again. I'm hearing her call out John. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to work with you, Mary, because I feel like this lady is definitely for you. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to ask her what she wants to say to you, Mary. Okay, let me just see what else. Okay, 1 second. And do you also understand, she's talking to me about a long time ago that she had a charm bracelet. She's talking to me about an old-fashioned charm bracelet, because I'm trying to get her to give me something that somebody can definitely take. Ah, okay. Right, okay. And she's also saying to me, okay, yes to everything. Oh my goodness. Okay, so she needs to give me something that's going to make total sense. Okay. Okay, 1 second. Also, can anybody understand the name Harry within the family? That's what I'm getting, Harry. Because I said to her, give me something that's going to, you can take all of that. Is that Vicky? So can Mary. Okay, right, let me just go for this. Okay, let's just see what else she can give me. And she's also saying, do you understand? Is it Vicky? I don't know if it's Vicky, but do you understand, Vicky, you've had an appointment at the doctor's this past week? Is that saying yes? Yes. Oh, great. Well, I feel like I'm okay. So, all right. And do you understand about the doctor's appointment? Because somebody's had a doctor's appointment this week, or they was hesitating to go, or they're not sure if they were going to go. Okay. Okay. Please, if you're saying yes, can you say what you're saying yes to, so we can narrow it down? Is that yes to the doctor's appointment, please? If you can just... Okay, right, 1 second. Let me just ask Spirit who I'm with. 1 second. Okay. So, Vicky, can you please confirm what you're saying yes to, please? About the doctor's appointment, about the name, Harry, about all the information I said. Okay. And also what I am getting as well with this lady... Okay, she's talking to me also about a dog. She had a dog as well. She's saying to me, not you, Mary. Okay, so Vicky, do you understand about all this information? Okay, and it was a doctor's appointment. Fantastic. Okay, Vicky, thank you. Thank you for confirming. So I'm just going to go into a message, what this wonderful lady wants to say to you. She's talking to me about you've had a lot of ups and downs, and she's talking to me about how you need to calm yourself down. And it's almost like you need to stop worrying about a situation that's going on around you, that everything's going to work out absolutely fine. And I'm going to leave her love with you, and I hope you can understand that. So thank you very much. Okay, I'm going into the next one. Thank you. Okay, who's coming forward next? Okay. Right. Okay. I've got a young male with me, a young boy, and I've got this young male, and I want to say quite slim. I want to say I'm hearing like in his 20s, but I want to say there was and I want to say quite slim, quite on the tall side. It's almost like his hair was flicked to one side with this young boy, this young male. Let me just see what else. And I'm getting a passing of a altercation, like of some sort of fight, and I'm feeling like my chest. There's something that's gone into my chest with this young male. 1 second. Okay. And it's almost like this young male was out, and he was. I'm hearing it was almost like at the wrong place at the wrong time. And what I'm getting with this young male as well, had a lovely soft nature about him, had a lot of friends as well. I don't know if anyone can understand this at all at the moment. And let me just give you more. 1 second. And with this young male, what I am getting, I feel like it. Okay. I keep getting Kingston related to Kingston or around Kingston. I don't know if anyone can understand this. And I'm getting with this young male as well. Okay. It's almost like I'm feeling like the chest area. I'm going to the chest area. There's something that's happened in the chest area. I don't know if anyone can understand that at the moment. Okay, that's fine. I'm getting that his picture was in the newspaper. There was a newspaper clipping of this young male. And he's trying to come in and he's quite anxious, and I'm trying to calm him down so I can hear what he wants to say. Okay. I don't know if anyone understands that there's an aunt he wants to get. 2 children as well. 2 children. Can anyone understand? Not at the moment. Okay, so I'm getting that he wants to come in and. Okay, I'm getting there's a connection. There's talking to me about an aunt here. I don't know if that makes any sense. It could be connected with somebody that knows somebody. I'm also getting the name Tracy. I don't know if Tracy means anything to do with this young man. Okay, but if no one can take it, I'm going to move on. Right, okay, let me just go back in. Thank you. 1 second. Yes, okay. Yeah, and what I'm getting with this male, he was just happy-go-lucky. You know, he didn't get involved in any violence whatsoever. And it was almost like a mistaken identity. I don't know if that makes any sense whatsoever to this person. If that makes any sense. And, okay. Yeah, because I kept hearing aunt. Okay, so let me just see 1 second and what else. And it was absolutely tragic. And what he's telling me, he wants to let everybody know that he's at peace, especially his mother. I don't know. This is what he's trying to get across, to let his mother know that he's at peace and he's around her a lot. And I don't know if you understand, but I'm seeing that there was like balloons let off, or something was let off at his funeral. I feel like there was something that was let off. I don't know if this makes any sense, Stacey. And, okay, I'm not sure. Can she take that at all? Yes, he was a free spirit. Okay, thank you. I just need to know I'm on the right track. Okay. Now, this boy's coming in with a lot of love, and he just wants to get a message across to his mum to say how much he's at peace, and that how it's almost like he's telling me he wants her to move on with her life. And I don't know whether you can get this message across to her and if it means anything, but he's also saying Okay. Do you understand, Tracy? There's been a lot of ups and downs around. Is it Tracy or Stacey? Stacey, because I'm hearing that there's been a lot of dramas around you recently within the family. I don't know if this makes any sense, Stacey. This is what I'm hearing, and it's almost like putting your boundaries up. I'm not seeing anything come up, so I'm hoping that she can take it. And I'm just want to get across to you that about putting your boundaries up with this situation, and not to allow anybody to step over your boundaries, and to please give the love to his mother to say that he's okay. I hope that makes sense. I'm not seeing anything come up, so I'm hoping that makes sense. Is that okay, Richard? Okay. Okay, and also, can you understand about the message for you about putting your boundaries up and not letting the drama come too near you? Oh, brilliant. Thank you, because there's been a lot that's gone on, but I'll leave his love, and I hope this makes sense to you, and bless you. Thank you. Right, I'll move on. Okay, 1 second. Okay. So straight away, I've got an elderly gentleman with me who's got a lovely manner about him, very much old school, quite a smart man. I want to say his shoes were always shiny, his boots, and I want to say he's medium height, but very smart, had a balding head, always used to go like that with his hand on his head. And I'm seeing him with a couple of little medals he sometimes wore when he got all suited and booted. And I'm seeing there's a couple of medals hanging out of his top pocket. Very smart man, had a lovely manner, very much, like I said, old school. I'm getting that there was a problem with his heart area, and also he had a problem towards the end with his walking. But he used to be very fiercely independent and used to pull himself up and get about. He wouldn't allow anyone to come in and help him. I don't know if anyone can understand that about this elderly gentleman. Also, I'm hearing the name in the background. It could be something to do around him, but I'm hearing Albert. There's a name Albert coming in related to this gentleman. Okay, and okay, 1 second. Yeah, because he's telling me that he'd lost his wife before, and before he passed, and he struggled with that, but he got on with it, he's saying. I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody. And also he's talking to me about, okay, he was very handy, we're very good with his hands, and he's showing me, he's got like a bit of a garden, and he's showing me his shed, and he had wonderful tools, and he always kept them in order. I don't know if this makes any sense to anybody about this elderly gentleman coming in. And let me just see what else, 1 second. Okay. Yeah, and I'm hearing the name Sandy. I don't know if that means anything. I've heard that name being called out. Okay. And also Margaret and Anne. Can anyone understand that? Okay, let's just go into it a little bit more. She said not her. Tracy. So no one can... Oh, the other evidence. Okay. Okay, so does she understand the evidence I've already given? Sorry. Okay, thank you. Okay, right. Also, do you understand, I don't know if I've already said the name, but I'm hearing John again, John being called out. Okay. Yeah, very good. Because it's almost like he could turn his hand to anything. And what I want to say, there was a place for all of his tools. And he had a real thing about keeping up his tools. And I feel like somebody's still got some of his tools. I don't know if that makes any sense. But he was, like I said, fiercely independent as well. And also, do you understand about the chest area? Because I'm getting the chest area. And I want to say something to do with his heart, the heart area. I feel like there was a problem with his heart area. Okay, and also his legs towards the end. But he would still climb up and get out of the chair. and still move about. So I don't know if you can understand that, Ruth. Right, okay, that's fine. Okay. And also, because I'm feeling like, also there was a pain down his left arm. I want to say going down his left arm. He's talking to me about his left arm. Used to play him up. Don't know if anyone can, she can take that. And also, what I want to say with this gentleman, okay, except for the heart. So Mary, I feel like I'm with you. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go in and see what he wants to say. Okay, and let me just see if he can give me one more piece of information. So he's talking to me as well about, I don't know if you understand this, but there was sticks around him, but he wouldn't use them. I'm feeling like he was adamant about not using them. There was a stick. Right, okay, so let's just let him give me one more piece of information so I know who I'm with. Okay, 1 second. Okay. So I want to say, I'm trying to check my link to see, because there's lots of people that are coming up and taking it. So what I want to do is I want to just go into, has somebody this week been dealing with a contract or looking at a contract? That's what I want to say. Okay, but just to confirm, has anybody been dealing with some sort of contract this week or looking at a contract? Or and also, to do with a new beginning and a new work. It could be a family member. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm going to the right person. Because it's just something to do with a contract signing, or they're looking over it. That's why I'm checking my link. So I don't know if anyone can take that about the contract. If you can, please say. And, okay, 1 second. Also, I'm looking at, he's showing me his watch. Somebody's still got his watch. And he never changed that watch for years. Just waiting for you to come back in and let me know. No. Okay. Yep, that's fine. That's fine. Yes. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Just checking my link. Thank you very much. Okay, Joe. So this gentleman's coming in with a lot of love. Now, he's talking about, Joe, about you being a bit, being quite disciplined. You need to be more disciplined with a situation going on around you. And he's talking to me and telling me that you need to be more disciplined with a situation going on around you. And he's also saying, okay, he's saying there's lots of openings and new beginnings for you, but you've got to stop letting the past pull you back, and you've got to walk through these new beginnings and these new doors, because it's going to pay off. It's almost like he wants to say to you, let go of the past and move forward, but be disciplined as you do it. So I hope that makes sense, Joe. I'm going to leave his love with you, and I'm going to move on. Okay, thank you, everybody. Let's just see who else is coming forward. Okay. 1 second. Right. Now I'm getting a lady with me, this elderly lady, another quite a character, and I want to say she's had short hair. She's touching her chest, and I'm feeling that she had a bit of a bad cough. And I'm seeing her really struggling with her breathing and coughing quite a lot. I'm seeing her with short hair. I feel like in the past she dyed it. I want to say she's got quite a few lines on her face, but she was quite a strong individual. And I want to say she had a chesty cough and a chesty laugh. Okay, 1 second. Okay. And I'm seeing that she used to like having a little cigarette, even though she wasn't feeling very well at all. She would still have a sneaky cigarette. And I'm hearing the name Pat, and I don't know if that makes any sense. And also I'm getting Joan. I don't know if those two names mean anything regarding this lady. Okay, 1 second. And with this lady, what I am getting, okay, I feel like she had a tough life. It wasn't easy. She had a tough life. And she's saying that she had a lot of dramas in her life. And it was very difficult, especially bringing the children up and bringing the family up. I don't know if anyone can understand this. Okay, 1 second. Let's get more. And what I am getting with this lady, okay. Yeah, I feel like she was always busy, always on the go, running around, always cleaning. She's got a real thing about tidying and cleaning. And she's talking to me about her husband. And it's almost like she used to wear the trousers in the relationship, because she's saying that she used to tell him off quite a bit. And everyone used to think, oh, I feel sorry for him a little bit. But she's saying that she was quite tough. But they had an endearing love together. And also I'm hearing the name Bill or William. I'm hearing that. So I don't know if that anyone can take that at the moment. Okay. And do you understand, Anthony? I'm getting the problem with the breathing. I feel like it's a cancerous condition, but I'm not sure. But this is what I'm getting. I'm hearing. I felt that earlier. So I don't know if that makes any sense. Let me just see. Okay. Because what I'm getting as well, I'm feeling like somebody's nursing her here and used to brush her hair and stroke her face and hold on to her hand. But you wasn't sure whether she could hear you or not. And she's saying she did. And also somebody used to leave the radio on. I don't know if this makes any sense at all. And let me just see. Okay. And she's talking about one of the children. She's saying that they were very open spiritually. It's almost like they used to see spirit. And it's almost like I want to say that one of these children were quite Victorian looking. And I don't know if that makes any sense at all. Chestikov smoked, yeah. Okay, so have we got a few people? Bill was my dad. Okay. All right, let me just see what else. And also what I am hearing, there's quite a few now. Okay, so let's just double check. I'm getting quite a few people coming in. Okay, so 1 second. Who is it that's had a pain in their leg this week? Somebody's got pains up and down their leg or their hip. I'm getting somebody here that's taking some of this message has got a problem with their pain in their hip and their leg. If you could just let me know. And also, okay, there's a lower back pain as well. I'm getting the pain in my spine for somebody here that's saying yes to these messages. I'm trying to double check my link, so let me just see. And also what I am getting as well. Okay. Okay, I'm also hearing Mark. Is that you, Anthony? Yeah, okay. Because I've just said to them to give me something that's going to make sense to the person here. So I do feel like I'm with you, Anthony. I'm just going to go for the message, if that's okay with you. Okay, oh, back pain too. Yes, okay, thank you. Okay, let's just see. Now, she's coming in with a lot of love, first of all, and wants to give you such hugs. And she's saying she wasn't very much a huggy person down here, but she wants to give you so much love. It's almost like she's come to lift your spirits up, because she's saying that you've been very up and down emotionally. There's been a lot of past that's come up for you. And also what I am getting with this message, she's talking to me about, okay, again, letting things go, because there was something that happened way back, And it's almost like, let it go now, move on, move forward with your life. And also, do you understand as well about thinking about moving to a new area or to a new place? Because I'm getting about moving. Has it crossed your mind? Because this is what I'm getting. So I don't know if you can take that, but she's giving you so much love. Okay, and let me just see what else. And she's showing me a picture on the side, and someone's kissing her picture. And it's got like an unusual design around this photo frame. And I'm seeing this unusual design around the photo frame, and she's kissing the picture. So I don't know if that makes any sense at all to anybody. All gone quiet? Can you understand? Oh no, come on, Spirit, we need to narrow it down. We need to narrow it down. Does anybody understand about the photo frame about kissing the picture? Because that's what I've... Right, okay, I know. I just need... Yes, the photo. Because the photo, I said, come on, give me something that we're going to narrow it down to. And sorry, okay, the photo is meaning something. And do you also understand about you being very up and down emotionally? And about thinking about moving to a different area, a different space? Oh my goodness, sorry. That was a big pigeon that just came through the window. So the photo, I'm hoping that you can understand this and take this. I'm just seeing if there's anything else that's going to make sense here. And definitely somebody stroking her hair and holding her hand, and also about the wireless, I'm calling it, the wireless being left on for her in the room. So I don't know if that makes any sense. So I'm going to move on. I hope somebody can take that, because I can't see who's coming up. Is that okay, Richard? Oh, okay. Right, okay. Okay, so what I am going to do, because so many people can take it and I can't see it because there's a delay. So what I am going to do, it's almost like this beautiful lady is coming to say, there's lots of changes happening around you, and for you not to fight the changes, but to go with them. And that could be for the collective now, for the few people that can take this. And I'm just going to leave her love with you. And I hope that makes sense. Okay, bless you. Thank you, everybody. Right, I'm going on to the next one. Is that okay? Right, okay. Yes. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so let me just go on to the next person now. And hopefully won't get so many altogether, but let's just see. It's up to Spirit. Okay, so, okay, who's coming in now? All right, straight away, I've got a gentleman, and I can't quite see him, and I need him to come forward. This gentleman, what I am seeing with him, very smart man, and I want to say at one point in his life, he had a tash. That's what I'm seeing with him. And very smart man. He always used to like wearing a shirt and a tie. Was very particular about his clothes and about what he wore. Okay. Yeah, and what I am getting with him, it's almost like he was very methodical, very much a perfectionist is the word I want to use for him. And it was almost like he didn't know how to show his feelings. He was quite, he wasn't very tactile is the word I want to use for him. And I want to say he kept a lot in, but it wasn't easy to get close to him. And I feel like there's somebody here that always wanted to get his approval or his attention. And I'm feeling like he's the father figure to somebody here. And what I am getting with him, okay, I'm getting that he was always quite serious as well. He always used to read the newspaper. he's showing me him sitting down. He was quite set in his ways. And I'm getting that sometimes he would, okay, let me just see with him. Yeah. Sometimes he would be quite angry and lose his temper sometimes. But I feel like it was more out of frustration than anything. So like I said, this gentleman, you know, quite a smart man, used to have a tash. Towards the end of his life, I feel like he got very low and very depressed. And I feel like there was something going on within his body, like something going on with his bloods. And I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody at the moment. Oh. Okay. Okay, can anyone take that with this gentleman? Shall I keep repeating? Okay, so I don't know if anyone can take that with this gentleman. I want to say quite a smart man. Used to have a tash. His mannerisms were very much withdrawn within himself, but he was quite hard to get along with, and somebody always wanted his approval but could never really get it. And he's coming in with a lot of love, because it's almost like he's coming in, he wants to say sorry. I don't know if anyone can understand this so far. Let me just see what else. Okay, but does anybody understand about how he wasn't easy to approach? He was quite hard in his approach. It wasn't easy to approach him, and it's almost like if he did say something positive or something encouraging, it was like, wow, it was very rare that he would. But I want to say he was, you know, very, what's the word I want to use for him? I'm just hearing. I want to say very self-disciplined, very a matter of fact, and didn't suffer fools gladly. That's for sure. Can anyone understand that? Okay, here we go again. Thank you, Spirit. You're making me work very hard. I'm so blessed. Thank you. Right. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I need some evidence that's going to really narrow it down to one person, please. Thank you, Spirit. And I'm just going to ask this gentleman what he can give me. Also, okay, 1 second. Yeah. Okay. Now, I'm getting, I don't know if this makes any sense, but I'm getting that he was very good with paperwork. And I feel like to do with his work, his job, he was very good with paperwork, because I'm seeing a briefcase. It's like an old-fashioned briefcase he's showing me holding. And that's what I'm getting with him. I don't know if and I don't know if you understand. I'm just hearing the name Kate or Kathleen. It could be associated around him or around the person. Please, if you're saying yes, can you please say yes to what you're hearing, please, with more detail. Thank you. And what I am getting with him as well, with this gentleman, yeah, let me just hear. Okay, can anyone understand about the paperwork, about that to do with his work, to do with his career and his job? And also about the illness, about the bloods I'm getting. And also about the name. I'm hearing Kate or Kathleen, beginning with a K. It could be associated around him. Okay. And I also want to say as well, he didn't have approved, because I feel like what I'm getting now, it's almost like he's got this, I'm seeing him, he's telling me he didn't approve of what his son did. So I'm hearing son. He didn't approve of what his son did. He wasn't happy about it, about his work or something to do with his son. So I don't know if anyone can understand that, because I'm not seeing anything. Oh, thank you, Phil. Thank you, universe. Okay, so let me just go back in and see what else I'm getting. 1 second. Okay. Yeah, what I am getting as well. Okay. So do you understand? Because I feel like I'm getting drawn to Phil, but let me just give this out. Do you understand, Phil, about there's been a lot of gone on around you recently, of lots of past coming up out of nowhere, and I feel like you're clearing stuff out, and you found letters and photos. I don't know if this makes any sense to either one, but I'm feeling like there was letters and photos. Somebody's having a clear out of paperwork and photos. I don't know if anyone can understand that, but this is what I'm getting. I keep seeing Phil in my mind, so I'm just going to go back and just see if he can give me something. Okay, that does to Phil. Right, okay, brilliant. Yes, I'm going to stick with Phil because I'm seeing Phil's face come right up into mine, and I'm seeing it very clearly. So, Phil, what I want to say, I just want to hear what this gentleman wants to say to you, because he's coming in with a lot of love. It's almost like he wants to say sorry because he was too hard, too harsh at times, but you sort of knew how to handle it. In the end, everybody sort of knew where they were. But the message he wants to say to you, Phil, okay, let me just hear. It's almost like you're ready for a brand new beginning in your life. And it's almost like I want to say you're clearing and decluttering in your home. And I feel like you want to just take off into a new avenue and a new space. I feel like you're going to be working in a different environment, completely different. And I feel like you're elevating with your spirituality as well. But I feel like it's more cosmic. I don't know if this makes any sense, but this is what I'm getting. And I'm getting like astronomy pictures around you, Phil. And I'm getting you looking in books and at the planets. I'm feeling like you're getting a lot of old books out. You've been studying something, and he's just coming in with a lot of love. He wants to say sorry. He's come to uplift your spirit because you haven't been very well. And he just wants to say, keep up the great work that you're doing. He's very proud of you. And he would never have believed in all this spiritual stuff when he was down here, but he can see what great wonders that you're doing. And also, Phil, what I am getting as well, I just want to say, I don't know if you've got a telescope, because I'm seeing a telescope, and I don't know if it means something else, but they're showing me a telescope and you pinpointing something and having a breakthrough of what you're researching. So I'm going to leave his love, Phil, and I hope that makes sense to you. Bless you. Thank you. Okay, thank you, everybody. Right, I'll go on to the next person. Okay, let's just see who else is coming forward now. Okay. So I've got a lady coming forward. I'm just asking her to come a little bit closer. I can't quite see her. Okay. Quite a big lady, I want to say. Struggled with her walking towards the end. She's telling me her weight used to go up and down. I'm seeing her with quite short hair, quite a big lady, but absolutely warm-hearted, open-hearted, loved her family. Very, very kind and very loving, would help anybody. Very open-hearted and warm, and would bring anybody in. Everybody knew her. She never had a bad word to say about anybody, but she could be tough when she wanted to, especially with her girls. She's telling me about her girls. I don't know if it's grandchildren or daughters, but this is what I'm hearing. I don't know if anyone can take anything yet. And I'm just seeing with this lady, like I said, struggle with her weight. Okay. I'm going to her chest, and I want to go to her stomach area as well. I'm feeling like there was a problem with her stomach area. Yeah, the stomach area used to play out, but I'm also going to her chest. And she was in a lot of pain because I feel like there was a scar on her stomach area where there was an operation on her stomach area. And, okay, let me just see. I'm hearing the name Julie as well. I don't know if anyone can understand Julie or related to this lady. Okay, and what I'm also getting, I don't know if anyone can understand anything as yet. No? Okay, let's. Okay. Okay, so I need to really pinpoint it. So let me just see. Sounds like your mum, Vivian. Okay, 1 second. Let me just see what else, because she needs to give me something that's going to make sense. Okay. Yes, scar. Okay, yeah, the scar, because she showed me the scar, and Judy's sister. Okay, 1 second. And you also understand about her warmth and how kind and loving she was, and what a strong character as well, because I'm getting her very open-hearted and very warm-hearted with this lady. I feel like she didn't have an easy life, because I'm getting that she's telling me that she suffered quite a lot, especially when she was younger. And I feel like in a relationship situation, it wasn't easy. I feel like there was something that happened and it was very difficult for her. But it's almost like she found her peace in the end. I don't know if that makes any sense regarding this lady, because this is what she's telling me. And I want to say she's got like this gold chain around her neck. And I feel like it's a belcher with a sovereign on, because this is what I'm seeing. I don't know if it's a small one, but I'm getting a gold chain around her neck. And I want to say it's like some sort of medallion. I don't know if it's a sovereign. I'm just trying to see it. So I don't know if you can understand that. And also rings, not one ring, but a few rings. I don't know if you understand about the jewelry. And she's showing me an old-fashioned gate bracelet as well. I don't know if you understand about the gate bracelet. Can anyone understand that? Okay, right. Let's just see what else. 1 second. And they need to give me something that's going to make total sense. Okay. And also with this lady, she's talking to me about... Okay. She's talking to me how open she was spiritually. She's telling me about... She was very open spiritually. Because she's talking about her nan. I don't know if this makes sense. She's talking about the old tea leaves. And she's saying that her nan used to read the tea leaves in the cup. She's showing me tea leaves in the cup. So I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, because I'm trying to get her to give me a lot more information. And she's also telling me about... okay. She just keeps going back to the jewelry, that there was a lot of jewelry. And it's almost like she would buy pieces of jewelry for members of the family. And I'm getting like little trinkets as well, like little small charms. I don't know if this makes any sense to anybody. Does that make any sense? Okay, brilliant. Oh, good. That's it. Okay, I'm with you then, Vivian, because everything's adding up. Okay, that's from what I can see on here. So, Vivian, okay. First of all, she's coming in with a lot of love for you. And it's almost like, do you understand that it's almost like you've been getting pains across your chest? I want to say quite anxious. I don't know if this makes any sense. Please let me know if it does. Anxiousness around a situation or something going on around you at the moment where it's making you feel quite anxious. And she's coming in and she's saying, okay, let me just hear. Worrying about somebody's health as well, but they're going to be absolutely fine. She's saying you've had a worry around somebody's health. And also what she's telling me, she's saying that everything seems to be coming in on you, and it's almost like there's a lot of people around you that are draining you at the moment. And it's almost like she's telling me to tell you to take some time out from everybody, because every time the phone goes, you think, oh no, what next? So I don't know if this is making any sense, because I can't see if it is or not. Yes, that's it. Yeah. Okay, brilliant. And also, do you understand about how everybody is becoming too much on you at the moment? And every time the phone goes, I'm seeing you sitting there, and every time the phone goes, you don't want to answer it. You want some peace. And she's talking about you having some time out because you feel inundated with everything and everybody. I don't know if this is making any sense, because there's something, I feel like there's an anxiousness around a situation. Yes, because I saw that. I saw you sitting there and dreading the phone calls when they're coming through. So she's also talking to me as well about clearing your space. I feel like there's all magazines or books stacked up behind you. I'm feeling like there's a lot stacked up behind you, and it's almost like you need to clear everything out. But you need help with it because you need someone to help you. And she's talking about when you clear that out, you'll be clearing your mind out and it will help you. And also she's talking to me about changing the rooms round. So I don't know if you've been thinking about changing the rooms round, but she's saying it will be a good clear out and a good declutter, and it will really help you with your mind as well. So I don't know if this makes any sense. I can't see anything. Oh, okay, brilliant. Okay, thank you. All right. It's my first time on this, working this way with Skype. Okay, so I'm just trying to see. Okay, so Vivian, what I am going to do, I'm going to go into, okay. Hopefully you can take all what I've said about the clearing and the decluttering, and she's just coming in and telling me to tell you that you've got to be more kinder to yourself and you've got to love yourself a lot more and to let go of the past. So I hope that helps. And I hope that makes sense to you. Thank you so much for working with me. Yeah. Okay. Time for one more? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Bless you. Okay, let me just see who else is coming forward. Okay. Okay. I'm getting an elderly gentleman with me. And this elderly gentleman was quite a big man, but lost a lot of weight. I'm seeing him holding a stick. I'm seeing that he used to wear a flat cap. I'm getting him with a lovely sense of humour, got a lovely energy about him, very much a family man. And he was very wise in some of the things he used to say. Okay. I'm getting that it's almost like he just, what's the word I want to use? I feel like he did lose a lot of weight towards the end. And I'm getting him struggling with his breathing. He couldn't get around very well. I feel like he had a fall. And I'm getting that he had some sort of little fall. And it sort of brought him right down, this elderly gentleman. But I want to say he was very open spiritually, this gentleman. Very much open spiritually. And he used to say about one of the grandchildren, that they're going to be very spiritually minded. They're going to be very spiritually open with this gentleman. I'm getting that he had a lot of rings as well, but those rings used to be far too big. I'm getting that he even had one, I want to say made smaller. I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody at the moment. Okay, let me just see what else. Okay, let me just hear. And with this gentleman, what I am getting as well, okay, I'm getting in these days telling me he used to be very on the ball with people and things, and his intuition was very spot on. He'd be able to tell if someone was right or someone was wrong. It's almost like he used to sit back and observe people, but it's like someone used to ask him for advice, and I feel like it's a male that used to ask him for advice. He used to give great advice about what to do next. And he always used to talk about, never forget where you come from. Never forget where you come from. This is what I'm getting with this gentleman, this lovely man. Let's just see what else. 1 second. Okay. He's showing me that he always used to like wearing jumpers over a shirt, and he always used to wear jumpers. And he was one particular jumper he'd always wear. He's showing me in this brown jumper. He would always wear it, and you'd buy him new jumpers and it'd be in the wardrobe, and it's still like he's comfortable. The one jumper he's telling me about that. I don't know if anyone can understand. Okay. Right. Okay. 4 people can understand it. Okay. Let's just see what else. And with this gentleman, what I am getting, does anyone understand about the ring being adjusted? Because that was quite important. There was some sort of ring being adjusted. I don't know if anyone can understand that point. And what I am getting as well, okay, I'm also seeing allotments. Now, I don't know if this is going back, but I'm seeing he had something to do with an allotment as well. Or he was thinking about it, or someone here has got an allotment. Does anyone understand about the allotment? That's really important. Okay, I'm just going to see. Okay, let's just see what else. Okay. Also, I'm hearing the name Harry. Is he? Yes, because the ring was really important because the ring had to be adjusted. Okay. And let me just see what else. And I don't know if you can understand. I've just heard a name being called out called Harry, but it could be in the background around him. And I want to say June. I don't know if June is the significant month or the name, but I'm hearing June being called out. And I want to say round about the 27th of June is very significant. Okay, and the brother has allotment. Oh, yes. Okay. And let me just see what else. 1 second. Yeah. Okay, because what I'm getting, I don't know if this is making any sense at all, but what I'm getting with him, it's almost like he's around that allotment. And I don't know whether there's like some sort of shed or something there, but I feel like he's very much around that allotment. And I don't know if that makes any sense at all, because I'm feeling somebody's very, very low at the moment. I feel like it's a male and he's very up and down emotionally at the moment. So I don't know if that makes any sense. Your brother's birthday is 27. Thank you so much. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. So, Kerry, I feel like I'm definitely with you. And I'm just going to see what this lovely gentleman wants to say, if that's okay. And let's just see what he wants to say to you. 1 second. Okay. Kerry, do you understand that there's been some problems with a work situation? It's almost like you're dreading going back, or you want something to change in your work situation. I'm feeling like you've got so worn down from it that you'd completely want a new start in a new energy, in a new field, because it's almost like you've done so many jobs to keep everything afloat that you're worn down and you want to start afresh in a situation regarding work. I don't know if this makes any sense at all. And, okay. Yeah. I feel like you really needed this break. You need a break. I don't know if you've already had the break, but I feel like you need a break. He's telling me you need a break. I don't know if you can take any of that, Kerry. Okay, let's just see what else. Okay. And I'm also seeing a little child. Yeah, I can see that you're definitely going to be changing your work situation, because and also what I am seeing is a little girl who's quite thin. I feel like she's got blonde hair, and she's only tiny. She's only a toddler. I don't know if you understand this, but he's showing me this beautiful little toddler, and she's quite fairy-like, like very thin, wispy hair. But it's almost like she sees spirit. I don't know if you're aware of that. I don't know if that makes any sense, because I'm seeing her playing with these teacups, and it's almost like she's giving one for her and one to somebody else. And I feel like spirit around her a lot. I feel like she doesn't eat very well. She needs to improve her eating. But he's telling me to say she's going to be absolutely fine. So I don't know if that makes any sense. Hopefully it does. And let's just... Oh, okay. Because I saw this lovely little child, and I don't know whether she was on... Okay. And do you understand about her being very petite and very thin and wispy blonde hair? Okay. Because, okay, so what I am getting, it's almost like one of the children are seeing her. There's an imaginary friend, and one of the children are seeing her. And I don't know if you're aware of that, but that's what I'm seeing. So if that is the case, if you do understand this, please encourage it. Please encourage it. And also I'm getting these lovely little white doves, and it's like on a ribbon, and on the end of this ribbon there's these beautiful white doves, and they're hung somewhere in her memory. So I hope that can make sense to you. And let me just see. Okay, and I'm just leaving lots of love, so I hope you can take that. Hopefully she can, Richard. Okay. All right, thank you, everybody. Bless you. Oh, I'm passing this back to Jackie now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pauline. Thank you for a wonderful demonstration of mediumship and the messages. And it's not an easy task working without the feedback, but we know that Spirit prove it and prove the communication. So once again, we've had so many people, that have been trying to get a little bit of a message, and I'm sure that if you could take some of it, then Spirit often try to get to 2 or 3 people at the same time. I'm sure they're all fighting over one another in heaven, so just to try and get to be able to give proof at this time when people have felt so low. Now, before I do the closing prayer and our meditation, I just want to mention, because this weekend is Pride Weekend and it's the 50th year of Pride celebrations. And I think it's important because the spiritualists, we're very aware about equality of opportunity for everyone. And I can't imagine my life if suddenly, who my love choice was illegal. If somebody was prejudiced against me for whatever reason, I've not been in a position where I've had to face that. But we know in this world, people have been prejudiced against, and discriminated against. So we have to look to that 50th anniversary and to say we just couldn't imagine life, if what we wanted was no longer able to be so. So very much, a proud moment for the 50 years. And, we think of those wonderful rainbow colours, and it reminds me of the diversity of life, that we need the rainbow in our life. We need that colour. If everyone was the same, it would be a very boring place to be. So it is very important to think of that, to think of those wonderful colours. And as I say, we've had a lovely service here this morning. So I thank Pauline again. I thank Ray for doing the opening prayer and the address. And, I just want us to get ourselves prepared, ready, for the week ahead and the weeks ahead, and to know that we're all in this together still, that we've got that family around us, the Spirit family that are always trying to be with us, and our family here at church. So if you are heading out for the very first time, be safe, be careful, and we'll see what the coming weeks bring us. As I say, we will be live here next Sunday fortnight for our first physical get-together of congregation, but in a very controlled environment. So that's why we're only doing it tickets only, because it is going to be a very small group. Hopefully, as the lockdown ceases over the coming weeks and months, we'll be able to increase our chairs, etc. But at this moment, we look forward to being with you all again next week for a virtual service. We didn't have much time for saying hellos to people. So I've seen quite a few names, on the bottom of the screen, and I thank you all for coming and all for saying hello, our regulars and some of our new people. So that's wonderful to see your names again and to know that you're part of our new family, our virtual online family. So once again, thank you for that. So if we can now get together and close in prayer, and then I will do some adverts. And then after that, we'll do our meditation for our self-healing. And I'd like to thank Richard once again for being our Master of Ceremonies. Without him, this wouldn't have been possible. And for his support over this last 3 months of allowing us to work with different technology and to be able to put a service out there to you. Thank you, Richard. Okay, so if we can just close our eyes as we ask our Father, Mother God, to once again be close to us. For a blessing on each head bowed here, all families represented, and to send that love and blessing all around the world to everywhere where it is needed. We are also thankful that we are allowed to be able to meet and to be able to attract like-minded people to join with us in this service of a weekend that is actually a tribute to freedom of individuals to follow their own pathway and to be themselves. We are very thankful for Spirit being around us, communicating with us, showing us our pathway. We know that we are there on a lighted pathway, and it's our responsibility to show others this lighted pathway and that you are never alone. We thank thee, Father, Mother God, until we meet again. Amen. Okay, now, Richard, will you have some adverts to be able to come on automatically so that I can just... Okay. So we've got the Spiritual Unity Special, Regression and the Mind, which is on this Sunday. So today at 2:30 p.m. with Myra Kelly, Matt and Kirsty Grogan, Leanne Hewitt, Casey Charders Rye and Angelina Ray. So bringing people together, discussing all subjects. And that's at 2:30 this afternoon. So you've just got time to rush off, get something to eat, and then come back on to be able to watch that this afternoon. So very worth looking. And then keep it real, spiritual and paranormal events, Spirit and the Paranormal. So join us for a live chat with your comments and feedback. And that's this evening at 8 p.m. with guests. Live on location tonight, so that's very worth tuning into. And then we have Indigo's Oracle on Monday at 3:45, offering free readings using different divinations. So worth having a look with Indigo Starseed. Oh, and it's always lovely to see a psychic artist working. So we have Gilly Luna Emerson with Colour and Feathers on this Tuesday night, Tuesday the 30th, from 8 p.m, live on Spiritual Productions TV. Very worth looking into. Okay, so that's our adverts. And of course, we have our own church service next Sunday. And I believe we've also got an evening on Friday, Richard, where Ashley's doing a panel and talking about reincarnation. I don't know if that's YouTube or just on Facebook. Would I be correct? Right, okay. So hopefully, you'll be able to tune in. And I'm assuming that would be 8 o'clock, Richard, would it be? For 8 o'clock on Friday. Okay, so that's our adverts. And as I say, it's come to that time now where we can relax and just have, a short 5-minute meditation where we can relax and get rid of all of our anxieties for the week. So I'm going to ask Richard to run the wonderful footage that he puts on, and I will just have people in a visualization. So I'll just take you through that. If you don't need to hear me, and don't go off into your own journey, but then if you do, then it's lovely to have you on board with this visualization. So as I say, I thank you all for attending the service, but also now if we can just relax, ready for our meditation. So just make yourself, shrug your shoulders, shrug your fingers, and just get nice and relaxed, ready, because this is your moment. We've sent out healing for those in need. This is the moment where we can have some healing for ourselves, for us to be able to relax and be able to tap into that meditation at any time that we need to. Okay, thank you, Richard. Hi. We're looking at snow-covered ground, we're looking at forest, we're looking at lovely, soft, low mountains with that wonderful feeling of the sun on the horizon, giving us the energy of the sun, We're now going low over the water's edge, looking at the huge boulders that have been there for tens of thousands of years. And you get that feeling of being in harmony with nature and energy as we go slowly over the water, looking at the peaks of the mountain ahead, looking at the sun's reflection on the sea. Now we're looking at the beautiful green rays. It's probably somewhere like Iceland where you see those lovely rays. And we're now watching a butterfly as it lands on a flower and enjoys a good supper. The energy and the love or the vitality of that butterfly with nature. We're now looking as waves come in on the sea and the sand. You can't see the sun, but you can see its reflection on the horizon. And you know that it's just out of our reach, but we know that the sun comes up for us each day. And we just walk along this beach as we see these wonderful waves that just very casually, very softly are rolling onto the sand. We look at that beautiful blue, that feeling of freedom, of open space, of no cares or worries, as though life is just rolling on, wave by wave. Just take that journey for as long as you need. Hold that image and just see the reflections like 1,000 diamonds on the sea that are giving us the reflections of the rays from the sun, just like we get the reflection of rays from spirit. You don't see the actual sun itself, but we can see the beautiful reflections of that sun. Just take in a few deep breaths as we inhale all that is good for us and exhale all that we don't need anymore. And we go on to our next image, and we're having a chance to just sit on the sand, just looking out to the sea. It's beautifully calm. Feel the breeze on our face, the warmth of the sun ray on our skin. And now we're going in harmony with nature as we watch the leaves on the bushes and the trees as the sun rays come through those leaves, totally enlightening us with those sun rays, giving us the healing of nature. Now we're just looking up at the clouds, fast moving, good day clouds, and the reflections of the sun. It's hazy sun so that we can see it without hurting our eyes. We're just seeing it as the clouds are suddenly going past, knowing it's there for us, just still feeling the rays, seeing them in the distance and through the clouds, just feeling at one with nature and ourselves. Flying over the sea once more. Some people are in the sea. It's quite near to the coast. We can see small hills on the horizon. We can feel the heat of the sunshine. Now going across valleys, hills, mountains that have the snow, lovely curved mountains. See the horizon, see a little road that's just working its way through the valley, knowing our pathway is clear, knowing where we are heading. We may have climbed a few mountains over this last couple of months, but we're now getting down into the valley. We now have that open space ahead of us again. We feel safe, we feel secure. Let's just take in another breath before we move on. Let's just pause for a moment in that peace, in that harmony. This pathway is taking us to a small lake. Now we're flying in the air again, over a river, with a mountain to the left and right of us, and one straight ahead of us. But I'm sure it will curve round and be an easier route around the mountain, because we've already climbed our mountains. So this is going to be a much softer road for us to tread. But just feel the beautiful harmony of those hills and mountains. Feel the breeze on your face, the freshness of the air, the purity. As we go now on a flatter river, we have greenery each side of us with woodland. We have a mountain in front of us that's not too high, and we have the sun's rays coming over the horizon, but in a very misty, mystical way. We can't actually see the yellow of the sun. We can just feel its energy enlightening us, lighting up the sky and giving us light. As we see the motion of the water is not too fast, we are able to be the captains of our boat again. We're not clinging onto the sides as we sometimes are in rough water. We are in control of our boat, our ship, our destiny, as we just calmly go through the waters of life. We go past a beautiful rock with two beautiful waterfalls that are coming down into the water. Just stop a moment and feel the energy of that water, as though it's going from our top down to our toes, and it's giving us healing, giving us purity, giving us peace. Just feel that beautiful water. Take that energy of the water with us on our next part of our journey. Feel the energy as it touches your fingers. Feel that healing. Just stop a second. Just pause life for a second and feel that. As we go on to our next scene of us walking through a field, beautiful bronzen field of grasses, tall grasses just bending in the wind, just feeling the sun upon us with the rays. And now we're going across snow, the purity of snow, trees either side of us, sun in the horizon. Heading towards the sun, our pathway is flat, easy to tread. We make our footprints in this world. We cross over now, across the trees, soaring high on the wings of an eagle, heading for the sun on the horizon. Just take that feeling, that wonderful breeze on our face, that feeling of peace and tranquility. Let's hope we have a peaceful, tranquil week as we're now going along water that is so still that we can see the imprints of beautiful trees, bushes either side of us, wonderful reflection. And now we have a beautiful yellow, black and white butterfly and a beautiful flower. We're seeing a beautiful lily open up as nature gives us its beauty of its flowers. And I say goodbye to you here from Wimbledon Church. Look forward to seeing you again next week, virtually with us or here physically with us. God bless and keep you all till we meet you again. Amen.